In this video, we are going to see how to create Sendinblue subscribers from new Jotform responses. So every time there is a new entry through Jotform submission, which is a form builder application, then automatically with the response received. So you want to use the data to create a contact or the subscriber in Sendinblue, which is a digital marketing platform. Now, how can you do that? For this, you will have to integrate the two applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. Here your trigger application would be Jotform and your action application would be Sendinblue. Now, how can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached a landing page of this software. On the right hand side, you can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now I'm going to click on sign in. As I do that, here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this, and a dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Now here my objective is that every time a form submission happens through Jotform, then automatically with the information received, we wish to create a subscriber in Sendinblue. So I'm going to name it as create Sendinblue subscribers from new Jotform responses. Let's click on create. And as we do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, as per this integration, my trigger application will be Jotform. Let's click on this. And the trigger event here would be new response. So here we have received a webhook URL which is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect with Jotform. I'm going to copy this, and now I'm going to take you to my Jotform account. So what we have to do is first we have to open the form that we have created, then we have to go to the settings, integrations, and then finally search for the webhook and paste the above URL in the add webhook field. So let's do the same thing. First, I'm going to take you to my Jotform account. Here, I have created a form, new contact submission, and as I click on edit form, so this is the form right in front of us. Here, the name of the form is new contact submission, and then we have the following fields: first name, last name, email address, gender, and phone number. Now, I'm going to take you to settings, and here let's go to integrations. Now, I'm going to look for webhooks. Let's click on this. Now I'm going to paste this URL that we have just received. So here let's paste it and click on complete integration. So once this is done, I'm going to click on finish. And now let's click on preview form. So here we have the form right in front of us. It is asking me to do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So I'm going to fill up this form. Let's say the first name here is dummy, the last name is test, then we have the email address which is dummy@pabblytudes.com. Here we have the gender, let's say it is male, then the phone number. So first I'm going to enter the area code, and then we have the phone number. Let's click on submit form, and here the form has been submitted. Going back to Pabbly Connect, let's see if we have received the API response. And yes, here we have received the same. So this here is the mobile number, then we have the country code, then we have the gender. This is the last name, email address, and the first name. So once we have received this information, now with this information, I want to create a subscriber in Sendinblue. So my action application here would be Sendinblue. So let's click on this. And the action event here would be to create a contact. Let's click on connect. So here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with Sendinblue account. So I'm going to click on add new connection. Now to set up this connection, we need this API key. And how can we receive the same? First, we have to log into our Sendinblue account. Then we have to click on the username which is on the top right area and select SMTP and API from the drop down menu, and we will find the API key. So let me take you to Sendinblue. This here is the dashboard. Let's go to the username. Here we can see SMTP and API. Now we have to go to the API keys. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a new API. Let's say the name of this is new key. Okay, let's click on generate. And here is the key. I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. So once this is done, here we have to map this information, the list, the new email, updated enable status and etc. But before I do this, again I'm going to take you to Sendinblue. And here let's go to contacts. Now you can see the lists. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to create a new list. So add a new list. So you can either add the contacts in an existing list. So now I'm going to name my list as new list. Let's click on create an empty list. And an empty list has been created right here. It has got no contacts. So I'm going to choose this new list here. So I'm going to quickly refresh this. And now here I'm going to choose new list. Now here we have to map the email address. How do I do that? As I click on this, it is showing me the previous response. So I'm going to click on this and this here is the email address of the person. Then we have the update enable status. So do you want a status update to be sent to the person via email? So if you want to say yes, you can always add that. I'm just going to select false. Then we have the blacklisted email. Again, this is false. SMS blacklisted, false. Now, if you want to add blacklist, readers, clickers, you can always add that. Now comes the last name. So I'm again going to click on this and go to the previous response. As I scroll down, this here is the last name. And then we have the first name. So this here is the first name. So the process of adding this information is known as mapping. Where the information exists in the previous response, we are just going to retrieve it here. And why is it important? So that every time the workflow runs, the new data can be taken into account. If I had written this manually, then even with the new information, it would have taken the manually written data and not the new data. That's why mapping is important. Now comes the SMS. So here first I'm going to add the area code and then I'm going to add the number. Now the double opt-in and opt-in option, I'm just going to leave this blank. Comes the gender. And as I scroll down, here is the gender. Let's click on save and send test request. And here we can see that we have received the API response, according to which now a subscriber must be created in Sendinblue. So now I'm going to take you to Sendinblue and let's go to the list that we have just created, new list. So yes, it is showing that we have got one contact. And here is the contact, which basically means that our integration process is a complete success. But we also need to check the same in real time. So taking you back to Jotform, and here I'm going to fill up another form. So this time, let's say the first name is test, last name is new. Then we have the email address testnew@pabblytuts.com. Here we have the gender, which is female, and the phone number is +91. Let's say the number is okay. Now I'm going to click on submit form. So the moment my form has been submitted, what should happen? Automatically in the same list a contact must be created. So let's go to Sendinblue and here I'm going to quickly refresh this page, new list. And yes, you can say test new has been created as a new contact, which basically means that our integration process is a complete success. Now I'm going to take you to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application is Jotform, where the event is new response, and our action application is Sendinblue, where the event is create contact. I hope this is absolutely clear to you. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to.
Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.